How important dealing with people when it comes to business?
One of my mentors a long time ago said, money comes from one place, and that's other people. So when you develop the people within your organization, they're able to go out there and get all the money that's needed because they know how to build the relationships. We're teaching people how to build relationships through our network.
Wow. And then, you build that network with the right people in the right environment. Now you have good energy.
Right.
You notice you got to have that energy, man, because if the energy is off, we won't win for that day.
Hello, everyone. Alvin Darian here. I spent over 2 decades in the financial industry helping people just like you. As the author of books like Don't Let Adversity Steal Your Legacy and the 8 Financial Breakthroughs, and as the CEO and co-founder of Financial Pro Network, I am proud to present to you the Leadership and Money Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. My name is Alvin Darian. I am the CEO and co-founder of Financial Pro Network. Today, we're going to do things a little bit different. We're going to talk about our company. We're going to talk about why we started FPN, also known as Financial Pro Network. So I have today with me Mr. Dre Parker. Dre, how you doing today, man?
Man, I'm feeling wonderful. What about you?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. It's almost a year since we started this firm, man.
Wow.
Can you believe how fast time is going by?
Yeah, it's going by pretty quick.
You know what? You was one of the number one people. Like, you was number one when we shared the vision of what we wanted to do and what we wanted to have. And man, I'm so excited and so glad we made that decision.
Absolutely. I'll never forget the call. I called you and literally the synergy. I was like, hey, you ever think about us starting our own thing? And you was like, funny you mentioned that.
Yeah, man, because, it's been on my mind for a while. And when you're dedicated to a company and a group of people, there's relationships there, especially when you've been there over 20 years.
Right.
I started at 23 years old and,
wow.
and they gave us a shot. They gave me a chance. I came out of school as an engineer and I couldn't find a career in engineering at the time. And I looked at financial services and financial planning and now we're making this more financial education. It's been life-changing, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Decision is power, and the most powerful thing in the world is a made-up mind, and we made our minds up.
Right.
And we went forward with the vision. And man, you know what? I interviewed about 40 to 50 people. And I said, hey, I want you to be honest with me. I want you to tell me the truth. I want you to don't sugarcoat it. Tell me some things you really like. Tell me some things you don't like. And tell me some things you would like to change. And man, it took some time to do that interview with everyone, but it was well worth it. And it comes to find out that everybody was thinking the same thing. It was time. We like to have more marketing and more innovation and more education and better training. And man, that was a great time for me to really get to know some of our top leaders and our top performers on the team. And, we hang out all the time, but we don't have those kind of conversations of, hey, is this something we want to do for the next 20 years?
Right.
We read today, man, that there's $84 trillion going to change hands.
84 trillion.
84 trillion.
In the next 20 years.
In the next 20 years.
Yeah.
That was the text I sent you on the way over here.
Yeah.
And so we got to be in position.
Right.
We got to make sure people understand that we have over 250 years experience and wisdom.
Absolutely.
We have the tools, we have the resources, we have the systems, and most importantly, we have the leadership.
Absolutely. Now that we've made this move, and it's been close to a year, you can see the dedication of the team has actually increased because when you're building something for yourself and on your own, it's a totally different thing than building someone else's thing.
Yeah, man, because we control the environment.
Right.
We control the narrative.
Right.
We control the culture. We're building such an amazing culture right now, man. Last I checked, we have over 300 licensed professionals, and we wasn't even looking to build it that fast like that.
Yeah.
But I guess the law of attraction was in our favor, right?
Absolutely. It's compounded. It was compounding like behind the scenes before we even made that transition.
Yeah.
It's like the universe said, okay, let me exponentially grow them really quick.
And one thing I can say that, hey, with the loyalty to the team and our leadership, man, 98% people came with us.
Oh, yeah.
The ones that stayed, it was two of them in their 80s. They were like, hey, man, I want to start nothing all over now. But I get it.
Yeah.
And so, people are tired, man. People are tired of going through the motions. They're tired of long, boring meetings. They're tired of improper training, and people are tired of the lack of leadership and
high pressure environment.
Yeah, man. And, people just want to have their own uniqueness.
Right.
And, we don't want to have to ask permission to be great.
Right. Everybody wants to be in their unique ability. Like, what you do for the team is different than what I do. But when we come together, we always have the training say, hey, we can't have a whole team full of punters, right?
There you go, man. You cannot win a Super Bowl with a team full of punters.
Right.
Everybody got to play their role.
Absolutely.
Right. And if you think about the training we provide and the leadership we provide in our community, man, it's such a great feel to build a business for the next 20, 30, 40 years. 2030 will be here before we know it. And then it'll be 2040. Think about how many lives we're going to change. Think about how many 6-figure earners we're going to help create. Think about how many 7-figure earners we're going to help create because of our system and our leadership.
Right. And, leadership, I love the LTC because leadership is always first. And we actually have this thing that we do called above the line leadership, right?
Where there you go.
Like what you did with the team is perfect for above the line leadership. Like, hey, let me ask you truthfully. Let's be candid. Let's be open.
Yes,
that's very important.
And sometimes you got to have those heart-to-heart, hard conversations.
Right.
And we got to understand the power of a yes and a no. We got to let our yes mean yes and our no mean no. Mm-hmm. And sometimes in leadership, you got to give a hard no.
Right.
Even though you want to say yes. But I can tell you this, man, leadership is everything. And you notice you brought up LTC. And just to let everybody know, the L is leadership, the T is training, and the C is community. We got to make sure that all three of those components are working in the same vision, that we're going in the same direction.
Right. People don't understand, like, the leadership is very important to build the business. If you don't have the proper leadership, you can have all the revenue, you can have all the profits, but ultimately the people are the true asset to your business.
Yes, and integrity is everything.
Absolutely.
And we build our company, based on strong integrity. We build our company on open communication. And we have our leadership meetings every Friday morning. We make sure we address any challenges or any issues, or, we talk about what's coming up. And you notice today when we went over the good news segment, it took about 15 minutes, man, because everybody had good news to talk about.
Hey, I got to share this story. I work out with my buddies at the gym.
Yeah.
And they're like, how come you don't come to the gym on Friday? I'm like, because I have a VP meeting. It was like, who does a VP meeting on Friday? I said, people who own their own company.
There you go. There you go, man. Having true ownership and get a chance to build it from scratch, man. So we don't know where it's going to take us, but we have an idea.
Right. Yeah.
We have a vision of where we're going. We may go public or we may sell the company. You don't know, but I can tell you this. There's a chance, as a minority company that we're going to get picked up and somebody's going to really see our vision and really take us to that next level, man. I'm excited about that.
Man, that's very exciting.
So, benefits to our community, Dre. We're really benefiting the community with education and inspiration. And sometimes we get stuck in information mode.
Right.
But I notice once we see it's too much information, we shift to education.
Right.
How are we really educating the community with our firm?
We are really big on the culture. And we knew that coming from the old company, we knew that we had to control the culture in the new company. And you control it with training, right?
Yeah.
We have to train the environment, right? And that's very important. We're always talking about the environment, right? You got to train the environment, how you want it to interact with everybody else.
And you notice we always have future-based language.
Absolutely.
We have vision language. We don't talk about the past all the time. We talk about where we're going.
Right.
Right? Because where we're going is a place that we've never been, but we got to have faith. And I know our team, we have that. And I know as we build this together, man, you think about it. We started here in Atlanta, Georgia. And now we have 38 states, last I checked.
Wow.
38 states.
Wow.
And so we keep the vision going. We keep the conversation going because everything can be located with words and conversation.
For coaching, even when we do our coaching and our leadership, the reason why a lot of companies won't grow is because they don't allow their team vision to catch fire.
There you go.
So the biggest thing is taking this huge vision we have for Financial Pro Network and incorporating everybody else's small dreams within that huge dream.
And you know what? One of our big visions and one of our dreams that we want to help with our team and company here, we want to have 1,000 people make over 7 figures, but not only make over 7 figures, have people in position to have 7 figures worth of protection, right? 7 figures of net worth. And then hopefully we can help them build a 7-figure income stream.
Absolutely.
Because if you can have all those right there, you will be better off, man, big time.
Absolutely. And, I love the fact that we talk money, right? Because we're in the money industry, but we also talk impact, right?
There you go.
And that's why leadership always comes first.
When you throw a pebble in the pond, you see the splash, right? Everybody liked the splash. So that was the impact. Right. But what about the ripple effect? People don't see the ripple effect, right? Because you can have one conversation with someone about money and you can take their whole trajectory to the next level. You can transform the way they think. And when you transform something, it can never go back to its original state.
Absolutely.
So when you hear the word legacy, man, I know we talk about that, and there's 3 types of legacies that we teach on, and everybody understand the legacy of financial legacy of money,
right?
But the emotional legacy, and also the legacy of knowledge. Yeah,
brother, let me tell you something. When I'm talking to clients and the team, I'm like, you guys got to remember, we have to incorporate life lessons, and that's the knowledge part of the legacy. Like, what if you leave those 7 figures, right? You got 7 figures coming in, you got 7 figures in assets and all these other things, but you don't give people the life lessons to go along with the money.
Oh man, that's important.
Powerful. That's powerful.
Important. And we can learn from our mistakes.
Right.
We can learn from other people's mistakes, and the best way to learn is by teaching.
Absolutely.
And that's why in our environment we have new up and coming trainers and teachers that are teaching. Right. Because if you teach it, you know it.
Right.
Yeah, man. And what do you think about the economic development that we're going to bring to the community and helping people increase their cash flow? We have some people part-time, we have some people full-time, and I see the payroll every week, and some people make an extra grand a week or extra grand a month. That helps. Some people make over 5 figures a month, and we've had a few people make 6 figures in 1 month. But I can tell you this, man, we are really helping people get ahead financially, but with the income they're making.
Right. That's really big, because a lot of people are looking. There's so much noise out there in social media land. They're looking for an opportunity. They're looking for something to do.
A wise man told me there's money in money.
There is money in money.
There's money in money, man.
Right.
And I've realized that my senior year at Savannah State University, there's a class called Engineering Economy.
Wow.
It's when you bid on projects and you understand the project management side. I'm like, wow, I really like this. And then when I found this passion, I found financial services, financial education. I was like, wow, I can help everybody with their money.
Absolutely.
And so, yes, we're making a difference. And we have a turnkey system that you can have experience or no experience. How important is that we can help train a person with no experience and learn our 8 financial breakthroughs, learn our system, and become successful?
That's very important, because, when I came into the industry, I knew nothing, and the environment, the leadership, the training in the community allowed me to be one of the top leaders within the company because of that system. So we want people that have a passion for wanting to learn and educate. We want that so we can train. Imagine this. We don't want somebody who has been doing things the wrong way. So now they have to unlearn and then relearn to do things the right way. You
think about the top industries out there, and people are looking for something, like you just said.
Yeah.
And, people will run to real estate. Well, why do people run to real estate? Because it pays well. It's not, hey, here's the big pool and the big backyard. Yeah, that stuff helps.
Right.
But people run to real estate because of the money.
Right.
Then you look at retail. Then you look at people selling things, e-commerce, right? And if you look at the financial industry, it is larger than retail and real estate combined. And if you multiply the two, real estate times the retail industry, guess what? It's still not larger than the financial industry. And man, I'm so excited. We were hearing about this since you started, and when I started, the money transfer. It first was the slide was over 50 trillion going to change hands,
right? And
then it changed to over 60 trillion. And then the last one, the slide we got to update it now. It said 68 trillion. And now on the way over here,
Forbes, right? Yeah.
$84 trillion will change hands. That means when money moves, someone get paid. Why not you?
Yeah, I love that. And you want to, in life, especially when it comes to getting ahead financially, you want to put yourself in the right position at the right time.
Yes.
This is the best time to put yourself in
Timing
that
is everything.
Yeah.
And you got to find a company, everyone, that has a great mission, a great vision, and a great system. And when we designed it, man, we wanted to make sure that our mission and our vision and our system was on point, because we wanted people to have something to really follow and be a part of, be a part of a winning team.
Right.
How important is mission, vision, and system, man?
If you don't have a mission for what you're doing, I just want you to think about this. The mission makes it meaningful for us, right? And it allows us to actually move into action. So without that mission, right? And first of all, once you have the mission, where are we moving to? You got to have the vision.
You got to have a vision.
You got to
and then
have
how
the
are you
vision.
going to get to the vision?
Right.
With the system,
With
right?
the system, right.
And so we want to build the most impactful leadership and training hub, not just in the United States, but across the world. We have people on our training in different countries.
Absolutely.
Last time I
noticed
checked,
that.
we have 4 different countries on the Zoom training. So we're not just thinking United States. We're thinking the whole world, because everybody has to deal with money to some aspect, right?
Absolutely.
If you cut on a light today, you dealt with money, right? So let's say if somebody hit the lottery, they got to come see us. Somebody fall and slip in a Publix grocery store and get a lawsuit, they got to see us.
They got to see us.
If Big Mama leaves some money, you got to see us, right?
Yeah.
If your son or daughter is going to a college and you need college planning, we can help you with that.
Absolutely.
Right? So you leave a job, we can roll over your money. So think about it. It's like I call it vitamin M, right? You can't get vitamin M from the pharmacy, but you got to have the education so that you make sure,
Right.
Hey, if you want to be a part of a great mission, great vision, and a great system, I know we have it here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
And all those things, think about it. All those things are important to scaling the business ahead.
Man, you took the words out of my mouth, man. That's like my favorite word is scaling.
Right.
The right way, not just scaling, hiring one person saying, well, we scale.
Yeah.
When we have our scaling meetings, there's 3 things we look at, and we may save that for another talk, but I can tell you this. Scaling, profitability, right, is very important. So you got to have a system that is scalable and profitable. Some people are profitable, but they're not scalable because they are their talent. If you take them out of the mix, the whole company falls down.
Absolutely.
So we understand that tools are duplicatable, but talent is not duplicatable.
Right.
Yeah,
I
man.
love that.
And think about our educational program and what people get from working with us, man. The environment. We talked about that. Share with everyone your biggest takeaway from our environment. What do you see?
Being in this industry for about 10 years, right? I've noticed people who come and go, but ultimately the one thing that has never changed is when they become a part of our industry, they always get their money right.
They get their money right, man. And also part of our environment is training and learning and getting their money right.
Right.
But most people leave a firm because they're not getting properly trained.
Yeah.
People say, I'm not getting enough training. So we do it 3 times a week. So you can never say that, right? So, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturdays, we have some kind of training going on. That's part of the culture, right?
Right.
When you come part of a new culture, it's supposed to feel like, oh, they're on time. Oh, it's supposed to have that feeling of something's different here, right?
We get that a lot. Like people say, I love the energy.
Yeah.
Right. I love the energy that you guys bring. You guys have diverse training, right?
Yeah,
You're not
man.
just pumping products and products and products. We're pumping concepts, right? We're pumping leadership. We're pumping community.
Yeah.
All those things make up.
And we
a good
open up
company.
networks.
Yes.
Right? We open up networks. We open up doors. That's why it's Financial Pro Network.
Yeah.
We find financial professionals, help them be a part of our network and help them build a network. And I know you're part of different networks and
Yes.
and you know how to bring the emotional part with the money and the financial part and the logic side, and you bring it together and you hold workshops and you collaborate with other people.
Right.
How has Financial Pro Network integrated with other networks?
I'm glad you mentioned that. There's so many professionals out there that need to have a network of financial professionals. Like, for instance, I work a lot in the real estate sector with a lot of people in real estate. There's so many people that don't know some of the strategies that we bring to the table. I mean, just think about it. Tax-free income.
Yeah.
Protecting your money against losses when the market, especially what
man.
happened.
Income for life.
Right.
All those, we have some amazing products, but people got to get educated on it first.
Right. Most people say, I never heard of that.
Yeah. Can you imagine if we taught this in school?
Man.
And then the last thing I want to talk about is relationships and connections. building a relationship, having a connection. It all starts with a conversation because the conversation will lead to the relationship. The relationship leads to the connection. And now we're having more meaningful conversations.
Absolutely. And think about it. Without meaningful conversations, those conversations locate you, right?
They do.
So I can tell just having a conversation with someone where they're actually located mentally and emotionally.
Wow,
Yeah.
man. And I know you're like the king of the relationships, man. And I learned so much from you on how to keep relationships, keep kindling relationships. And I love the fact that we have a balance, man.
Absolutely.
And we have people who specialize in different things on the team.
Man, I'm telling you, with your blueprint structure and your organization and systems, that's very important. Now, a person like me, I can work in my unique ability because the system is taken care of.
We have to put pressure on the system, not the people.
Absolutely.
And see, I learned that in a business workshop I was in, and I also learned that there's a difference between a person that just want to be a producer,
right,
and someone who wants to build an agency,
right.
And most people will go to producing, just like real estate, because most people don't want to be a broker.
Right.
They don't want the responsibility. They don't want to deal with the headache.
Right.
But I think we figured out a way to ease a lot of that.
Right. Good balance, right?
Yeah.
And as opposed to you got to do this or you got to do that.
Yeah.
You come in here and you choose, right? Because
Yeah.
you're building your own agency within our network.
You're building your own agency. And you know what? I want to lead us now into something we use when we talk to business professionals. We talk to anyone in our industry about our company or collaboration, or if we go to Shark Tank, this is the format right here.
Right.
So I want to introduce you to what we call the 5 Ps. Okay, the 5 Ps. So Dre, let's break it down. The first P, the people.
Right.
The leadership, the integrity, the ethics, the track record. Who are we serving?
Right.
Who is our market? How important dealing with people when it comes to business.
One of my mentors a long time ago said, money comes from one place, and that's other people. So when you develop the people within your organization, they're able to go out there and get all the money that's needed because they know how to build the relationships. We're teaching people how to build relationships through our network.
Wow. And then, you build that network with the right people in the right environment. Now you have good energy.
Right.
You notice you got to have that energy, man, because if the energy is off, we won't win for that day. We won't win the game. We relate a lot of our systems to sports too.
Right.
And I can tell you this, man, the diversity of the people that we have here is unreal. We have people here from all walks of life. We have truck drivers here. We have people that were servers at a restaurant.
Right.
We have people that have PhDs on the team, MBAs on the team.
People who already have 7-figure businesses.
Yes. And then and somebody who never made 6 figures yet. We have everybody, man.
Right.
Because think about it. They gave me a shot. The industry gave me a shot.
Right.
23 years old, right? Fresh out of school. They gave me a jersey. That's how I look at it. Hey, man, here's a jersey. You playing with the Lakers now. Like, wow. So now, instead of playing for the team, we own the team.
When you walk into the building,
act like you about to buy it.
When you leave in the building,
you just sold it.
Absolutely.
There you go, man. So the next P, process. We don't want bottlenecks. We don't want constraints.
Right.
We want things to flow. And I know in our process, onboarding is very important. People forget about mid-boarding. We have a mid-boarding system. We have an onboarding system. We have a licensing system because, in some of our products and services, you got to get a certification.
Right.
And, we have it set up that we can get paid every day. Right. We have paperless applications. You don't have to remember back in the day, the paperwork that thick.
Oh, man.
You get a little thing on your hand right there for writing all the apps up. And we got training on demand.
Right.
And so systems and processes, man, what is your take on that with our company?
We were moving. It's so funny. We were moving in the right direction before COVID, getting everybody ready for technology, right?
Yeah.
We're driven with technology, and we even have an innovation team.
Yes, we're going to talk about that, man. We have an innovation team
Yeah.
designed to help innovate processes, to help innovate the system, innovate products, innovate marketing and lead generation.
Yeah.
And so the next P is the product. Like,
oh yeah.
Remember, you can use this for any style of business, type of company. I don't care if it's restaurant business. I don't care if it's IT, but we use the 5 Ps.
Right.
And so the product, right?
Yeah.
You remember when Chick-fil-A and Popeyes had the chicken sandwich battle?
Oh, man.
And everybody was saying whose chicken sandwich is better. And
Right.
they both of them knew they had a great product.
Yeah.
It came down to distribution, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know we have a strong product. That's the 8 financial breakthroughs.
Right.
That's the financial reviews we do complimentary, right? So if a person has $50 to save, we can work with them. Millions on top of millions, we can work with them, and everybody in between. So we do the annual review, no charge. We do the financial education. We do the workshops. We do the seminars. And we help people really understand that they're going to get educated before they make a decision. And so, yes, we have some flagship products, but I truly believe the education and the 8 financial breakthroughs, that is our number one product.
Absolutely. Because we empower people.
We empower them to make the right decisions.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes people make decisions but don't have the best choices to choose from.
Yeah. Very true.
And so we talked about the people, we talked about the process, we talked about the product. The next P, everyone, is going to be the platform. How is the platform set up? You know, how are your systems? Do you have leadership development? Do you have client development? Do you have, you know, those are questions that are very, very, very important.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't have the right platform and the right world-class marketing and world-class innovations, and you got to keep moving forward and have the right business systems in place. I love our platform.
I love the platform.
Because we give people the choice to decide. Do you want to have a agency or you want to be a producer?
Absolutely.
Now, you can make 6 figures just by seeing clients. We've seen that happen. But the long play, right? You have a choice. And I know you have a great balance, a great 50-50 balance.
Good.
Not too far to the left, not far to the right. How important is that?
It's good because it allows me to, like I said earlier, work on my unique ability, but it allows me to actually duplicate myself, right?
Yeah.
And helping other people work in their unique ability. Because let's face it, the name of the game is passive income, right?
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that we had that on our platform. You know, a lot of times people come and say, hey, I'm just a producer.
Yeah.
But when we show them that we got the system that can help you, just imagine a lot of people won't go to the building part because they're like, oh, that's too much work.
Yeah.
Put pressure on the system.
There you go.
Not the person.
You said it, man, because nowadays, you know, people say multiple streams of income. We talked about that this morning. I call it multiple streams of distractions.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you have no knock to any business or anyone, but if you cut hair on this day and you cut grass on this day and you do roofing on this day and you sell fish dinners on Friday and you got all these different distractions, it's not in the same industry.
Right.
The great thing about the way we set this up, you have multiple streams of income inside of the company.
That's right.
Right. So some companies will handle tax advantage planning.
Mm-hmm.
Some companies will handle income for life. That's another payday.
Mm-hmm.
Some companies is instant issue. Right.
Right.
And so you turn on those spigots and guess what? The water's going to flow. Mm-hmm. You're not going to just get a drip here and a drip there.
Right.
You know, speaking of the cash flow, let's talk about the last P is profit.
It's very important.
You got to have a profit.
I mean, we're not in this for a hobby, right? And I want you to think about this.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really say that you're making an impact or helping someone if you're not becoming profitable, right?
You have to be profitable in business, right? And it comes down to how do you make a profit here? Personal production, your agency, profit margins right there, maybe some bonuses, maybe some equity. Think about it like this. If you are making money and you're having fun, and you're respecting people, guess what? You can't lose. I truly believe with the 5 Ps, we're going to transform an industry.
I know we are.
We are one of the only minority, I'm going to say, field marketing organizations out there. And so many people don't understand how powerful that is. And we want to get that message out there because now we are in control of the driver's seat. And as we drive in this car and as we take this trip down this journey, everyone, yes, we're going to look in the windshield. We want that windshield to be clear because that's our vision, right? And guess what? We're going to have those side mirrors. Sometimes we want to look to the left or look to the right. That's our team right there. Hey, make sure you're back in line. Hey, make sure you're doing this right? We're going to take a glimpse at the rearview mirror every now and then because we don't want to forget the past, but we won't focus on the rearview mirror, right? And then if we have adversity, Dre, we're going to have the windshield wipers just come on and just knock that out the way. And we're going to have faith with the headlights.
That's
because
right.
the headlights only go so far.
Right.
Right. So we're going to keep going, man. And I'm so glad that I'm in business with you, and I'm so glad we're in this car together. We're in this journey together, and we're going to change the industry, man.
Man, I love it. And I love the analogy of all those different examples you use. Now, a lot of businesses, they'll stop in the storm. We have the platform, we have the people, we have the processes, we're making the profits. We have all these 5 Ps that's going to traject us through the storm.
There you go, man. And I can tell you this, everyone. If you want to be a part of a family, be part of a company, an environment, a culture, if you're looking to expand your financial education, let me tell you something. This is the time right now. $84 trillion will change hands. When money moves, someone get paid. This is your time to be a part of an industry that's going to be the largest industry and can help you and your family change your legacy. Look like your legacy, not your adversity.
Thank you for your time today. Have a productive day and not a busy day. To all the world champions and first-generation millionaires, I will see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded with excuses. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Take care and God bless everyone.